trying to leave my dirty dishes out of this. Where you can see me and what's going on at the same time. I apologize. I am so ripped right now. Well, that's perfect. Oh, I have it turned a little bit so my dirty dishes aren't visible. All right. Good evening. This is Ruby with Unorthodox Aquatics, live, coming to you live from my kitchen. So, and like I said, I apologize. I'm super ripped and I've cotton mouth really bad. First of all, let me tell you a story. I was going to do this last night, and I was trying to open this knife. The blade was zip tied to the sheath here, and it was so tight that I got these scissors and I tried to like pry it off, and it went right down my finger, sliced a gigantic flap, and I got 4 stitches last night. So, and then a lot of times when I do this shit, I, wear like dish glove type things anyways. So what I'm going to be doing today is just basically ask anything, say anything. I'll give you my honest opinion or criticism. If you want criticism, I'll try. I'm not really like a mean person, I'm not like a fish police person, but I don't know. So let's get to it. Smoke my e-cig while I do this. Okay, so I've got my gloves, my knife and scissors. And this is what I have here. Okay, I've got some trays to kind of sort everything out. So what I'm doing is making fish food. What I have here is frozen pollock, or no, smelt. Oh my god, I don't know what. Doesn't even sound similar. Anyways, so everything here is basically thawing. So my red-tailed catfish is big enough to eat these whole now. Well, I still kind of cut them in half for him. But I also cut them up in small pieces for the cichlids and turtles and bullhead and shit like that. Then I've got skin on frozen. This is whiting. So skin on. And I also cut that in chunks. See, I'm not even wearing my gloves. Oh, shit. Okay. And we got shrimp thawing. Interesting tidbit. If you cook frozen raw shrimp, you have to thaw it in cold water. And I have a couple packets of Atlantic pink salmon, wild caught, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That is for in my smaller fish, my natives growing out and things like that. What I'm going to do is a food processor and and blend that all, until like it's kind of like it resembles similar to like a brine shrimp cube that you drop in the water and then it dissolves. I put them in mini ice trays and then I freeze them. So, or I press them flat. I press it flat inside a baggie. So here we also have mussels. So these are thawing. Soon they'll just be in a giant puddle, and I take them out of the shell and then cut them up, or either just leave them whole for my red tail. And we've got some waxy worms and some big reds, which are like, what the fuck do you call them? They're not the night crawler, the big ones, but they're the smaller ones. So we got those two. And shit, I gotta go get my spirulina. Be right back. Okay. So I've got spirulina here. It's powdered. This isn't the original container. This is from a turtle food. But as you can see, it's like a green powder. Spirulina is great for enhancing colors, especially those reds and oranges. I made, when I kept flower horns, I made their food with spirulina, or they loved, Repashy Super Gold or Super Red. So yeah, I put this in, to enhance color, give them a little, just a little bump per se. It's kind of like a vitamin. All right, and I want people to like ask me stuff, or like tell me stories or whatever. Like, just I want to bullshit and shoot the shit with you guys. Talk about bullshit things in the hobby, because there are one or two. I'm just looking on my laptop here to access the chat. Come on. Okay. Sorry, everyone. All right. Okay, so there it is. Oh, seriously. Okay. It's a nice, well, it was kind of stormy here, actually. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is basically just start cutting things after I take a hit. All right. Let's talk. Anyone out there got the FX6? Fluval. I got some heat in a not mentioned Facebook fish group. Got quite a bit of heat for dogging. Well, I wasn't dogging Fluval, but they thought I was. Because I said it's basically a over-marketed, overpriced bathroom trash can. And, people got upset, of course. And I only say, I'm not dogging Fluval. I'm not dogging people who use Fluval products. I have, I haven't used their filters, but I have literally made a mini pond sump out of a bathroom trash can. That's basically why I said it. So, all right, so I'm cutting, some bigger pieces for the red tail. And I just end up, putting them like in a big Ziploc baggie. Ugh, I always cut the tips of my gloves off. And then for the turtles and the cichlids, etc., I just cut, a few pieces of these guys into small pieces. I've never eaten smelt. I got this at the grocery store. I guess you're supposed to like smoke them or something. I'll smoke something. So yeah, it's been a crazy. Oh my god, I hit a deer too yesterday morning in my Jeep on the way to work. It wasn't like a huge, I think it was a doe, but it was very, young. Like when it was running, it probably only just like came to the top of the hood. But it still did some damage, so, but it could have been way worse, if you hit like big prego adult deer or some shit. And then I am cutting some of okay, so these are to be eaten whole by the red tail. And this is, for turtles and cichlids, like I said. I'm also cutting up sections of these. Need this tree too. I think my ice trays are dirty. Damn it. So, and now, for the fish in my tanks, I also cut some of these up into sections. Oops. Put them in the food processor because we're going to blend that all together before we put it in our ice tray. Or like I mentioned before, once it's all blended together, if it's thick enough, just put it in a big freezer baggie, flatten it out, and put it in the freezer. So I'm just cutting this into smaller pieces so it blends more evenly. I used to do squid. Every now and then I will for the red tail. But I can't put squid in a blender because it's so rubbery. Like, it just stays whole. While everything else is just like fucking shredded. Oh my god. So, anyway. Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy week. But I took pictures of the Jeep after I hit it, and then I did go to work. And I was there like 45 minutes after it happened. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, how is everybody? Or nobody? I can't really see for shit from here. If there are people in here or not. Oh my god, there's 3 people in here. Say something. Who are you? So yeah, I used this for like 3 purposes. For the red tails, for the little guys, and blending them up for the littler guys, I guess you could say. Oh, my tanks need maintenance really bad, and the tank I work on at that company, those filters came in, if you remembered my last live stream there. So I need to install those, and also I ordered the Current USA background like I have on my 60 Fat Boy. And I think everyone that works there is really gonna dig it. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Okay, and the little guys eat a lot. Like the little bullheads, they're just fucking vacuums. And then, you know, the turtles and stuff, I'll probably save the rest of this for that. So, here. Yeah. We'll continue that later. What else? Alright, the shrimp are getting pliable. This stuff I like to cut while it's still fairly firm. So big pieces for the red tail. I'm just getting him to start taking bigger pieces. Because the other ones were too fast. He's like, you know, red tails are kind of like, their eyesight is poor. They don't really like the light. You know, they're catfish. So, but he hand fed almost right away after I got him. Super friendly. And those turtles I found on the fucking, in the middle of the road, they also are like, they were super skittish at first, and now they're in the pool just loving it, sitting on the wood, they sun themselves. So, but they'll come right up to me and take the food right out of my hand. You know how turtles do it. They're like, fucking turtles. Yeah, don't ask me. I guess every now and then I'll get a wild hair, or like when I was just golfing a couple weeks ago up in Breezy Point, there was a snake, red belly snake, and they look like little worms. Like they're so cute, they're so tiny, and their bellies are actually super red. So all right, I'm just trying to. Sometimes I'll do up like half of this stuff, and sometimes I'll, you know, just hammer it all out in one night. Just get it all over with. Surprised I haven't cut the tips of my gloves off yet. 4 people. Oh my god. So let's talk shit, you guys. Hi, Roger's Aquarium. Roger that. Ugh, it's hard when it's all different sizes and I'm like trying to like get it all evened out. Okay, after this I'm going to, and then I cut these into smaller pieces. Oops, like, you know, for that. My kitchen scissors are super dull, otherwise I'd be using those. These are the scissors I fucking sliced myself with, bitch. So yeah. Okay. I actually don't like wearing gloves while I'm doing this, but I gotta protect my hand. It's all bandaged. So there's the whiting. Okay, so whiting on top and whatever else on the bottom. Whiting usually takes up the most space. You just pinch the tail off. Certain fish, you know, I'd leave it on. Like if it were a big puffer or something, I would definitely leave the tail on, you know. Those big puffers, you gotta like maintain their beak as well, and that shit could be crazy, you know. Overgrown beaks and puffers. Could you imagine that? But I mean, you know, it is hard, and you're like, I like puffers, and I had a dragon puffer but then I traded him for something, someone local. But I like them, but I live in a very small town. There's if you travel a little bit, there's a PetSmart. Um, and just access it. It would have to be constantly like, raw shrimp or crayfish. We do have a fresh fish market store next to the meat market. And it's obviously expensive. Like, sometimes you can get good deals in the tuna section, the canned fish section, and sometimes they'll have weird shit like mackerel or oysters or whatever. You just gotta watch sometimes like what you get when it's something in a can, because it's gotta have some sort of preservatives. A lot of those things are either super salty or done up in oil, which isn't good for the fish anyway. I think it's delicious. So I'm just pinching these tails off. Okay. Oh my god, that just happened. I've talked before too about like fastening on my trays, like, oh well, 12-second rule. I just swept my floor today though because I spilled peas on it and I didn't want to squish them all over the place. Oh my god. Well, you know me. Okay, so shrimp, whiting, or smelt. Who else is talking? I gotta bring this closer to me. Check one. Check one. Said check, baby, check, baby, check, baby, check. Said check, baby, check, baby, check. 1, 2. Bring this closer somehow. It's all gonna come crashing down. It's like a hose running through my kitchen. Oh, well, that's stupid of me. Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, at least now I think I can read it better from where I'm standing, if it's right there. Nope, but I can pretend. So again, for red tail, cut up big pieces of shrimp. I keep the little pieces separate until, when they're big pieces, I can tell what it is, but when they're cut up little, I keep it separate so I can make sure and see what portions of what I have. We're also gonna, we gotta put some whiting in here too. Did I? No, I did. Oh, there goes the tip of my glove. That's okay. It's not like touching it or anything. Oh my god. Slippery shrimp. Okay. And I just got this food processor. I, speed read the directions. Just kind of, what I did, I got it thrift, but it's a good brand. I looked it up and downloaded a PDF of the owner's manual. I don't know how much. Oh, max level is right here, it says. Alright. And I'll go on one thing, I guess. And then of course, yes, cut somewhat small for the little guys. So I want like even portions of like the stuff I don't have as much of, basically. I'll chop these up, put them there. We'll just figure it out as we go as far as those guys. And I got to put more whiting in the red tail thing. He gets squid or mussels or squishy things that won't really go in the blender. He really likes them. I saw someone post online the other day that their foot-long Sturio catfish seemed too hungry, and they were feeding it just wafers. And I'm just like, I mean, catfish are like dogs, like they will, like if you sit there, they'll just chill with you and beg for food, basically. But like, they need meat. And there are carnivore wafers and giant pellets and catfish pellets, and those are good, but I think they're like, I mean, as long as they're good ones, they should they're like a supplemental filler, in case you can't afford a bunch of fucking frozen fish or something, I don't know. Okay, how are our mussels sitting? Bring these a little closer so you can kind of see. Yeah, these usually end up in a puddle. I don't know why they package them with so much water. The shells break everywhere. Oh, but this is what they look like inside. The orange meat thing. So much smaller, really, compared to the size of the shell. But you get all of these mussels for like $4. So that's awesome. And they're super easy to cut, and you basically pull them apart too. They're fine in the blender, very easy thing to blend and cut, and it's just a bitch getting. They actually come out of their shells really easy, but I usually thaw them for longer. Okay. Over there for now. So yeah. And so I do the same thing, I can obviously give those to the red tail hole. Let's see how big this one is. Oh, this one's fair size, but still, that's a huge freaking shell. But, so, I used to go and buy frozen cube things. Oh, 2 of them or something. It's fun. I bought that, frozen food, San Francisco Bay, Sally's, various frozen foods. And I price matched with PetsWarehouse.com. It's honestly like half the price, and PetSmart will do that because that's a pretty big website. And so, but it's still like for cubes of I buy the flat of bloodworms, the flat of brine shrimp, but I get the cubes of plankton. And that's still comes out to $5.89. And as my fish get bigger, I'm just like, the fuck. So I was strolling in the grocery store one day, came across their fish layout, and I'm just like, you know what? Make my own fucking fish food. You know me. I DIY the shit out of everything and anything. So that's my deal. But yeah, I don't know. And what I've kind of been doing, like, just I've been so crazy busy, and now I'm getting ready for a disc golf tournament thing away over in Wisconsin. That's no, the weekend after next. And I'm just like, fuck, man. I've been so active and shit ever since I've been like feeling so much better after my surgery. So happy about that. You know, I do like, I don't know if you guys noticed a trend, like more videos in the winter because you know got to be inside and this and that and blah blah blah. So that's convenient. Well, I do try to do, you know, exciting stuff with the outside, like during the summer. And I took you peacock bass fishing in Florida. Remember that? But geez, look for all of these shells. It certainly doesn't look like a lot of meat, though. I'm sorting through them. I want the ones that are already like pretty open. I'm traumatized after slicing my finger open. Okay. But anyway, are people talking? Let's see. Oh. Sorry. It was me. My breaker for my tanks keeps kicking out. Forgot to reset my audio. Okay. Yeah. So what I've kind of been like doing, I guess, is like, you know, if I do something I think worth documenting or videoing, showing you guys, I'll go live and take you along. And then, because, you know, going live is so much easier. You know, I get nervous sometimes, but like, you don't have to edit this and that, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are afraid to go live because, you know, you can't like edit it out basically. So I don't know. I don't give a fuck, as you know. Oh shit. But anyway. I haven't seen too much in the fish groups lately. There's a lot of talk about pH, whether or not, you know, like, it's safe to change it or whatnot. I honestly don't worry about pH. I only test for ammonia and nitrates because I've said before, if something shows up on those tests, then why do you need anything else? You don't really need to worry about pH, so I don't even use that test. The fuck? There are cases, however, like I used to get wild beta. I do have one, actually, currently. It's my only beta now. Anyway, they come from overseas where they are raised in pools that are black with tannins. So, you know, that's super cool, but the result of that is the pH being super low. But fish can acclimate to, you know, gradual or not too drastic pH ranges without, doing drip acclimation, but sometimes you should drip acclimate. But I wouldn't, some people drip acclimate because the change into their tank, but then after that they keep trying to, maintain that, lower, higher pH, what have you. And what happens is with evaporation and, topping off tanks, doing water changes, it's very difficult to keep pH stable. When you're doing those things weekly or however often, and, if it's not stable, that's what causes stress to the fish because, it affects the chemistry of the water. Speaking of chemistry, did you guys see my new banner? Some people don't like it. I did post it online and kind of got some shit for it. But I think it was totally taken the wrong way. But I'm not going to change it. So, fish keeping is science. Like 100%. Getting a cycled tank, keeping, track of levels in the aquarium, test tubes and shit too, man. I mean, and science is brutal. And this one's huge. That's what she said. And science is brutal, and the controversial shit in science, like the animal testing and shit like that, and I don't know about really any human testing, like big details into that. I know they do it, and they have done it, and they did it like during wars and shit or something. I don't know about that, but I forgot what I was talking about. Actually, it'll come back to me. I'm just fucking fighting with this clam or mussel, whatever. My clam video, keeping clams in an aquarium, I think is my most popular video. It's either that or that Chinese algae eater or the trout. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to think, oh, it'll be cool. I have clams in my aquarium, but, I forgot they were there. Honestly, they dig, they turn vertical and they like twist, they spiral down deep into the sand, and you never see unless you like change your substrate or some shit. Oh my god. Alright. Almost done with these fuckers. So yeah. I don't know. Like, I admin some groups on Facebook. I admin Beta Sorority Squad. I forget that group is even there. It's big for like, I feel like it is big for its category, beta sororities. Because they're not super popular because they can be scary, unpredictable, violent, bloody, what have you. Alright. So, just gonna dump the ice. But I feel like there's so much drama in the groups where there's a lot of like sugar coating and lies, basically, you know, just it's like giving a description but not really talking about or portraying the reality of fish keeping. And I've got some really like reality gripping girls as my mod team, and you know we're tough lovers in that group, but there is zero drama, you know, and they take us pretty seriously, and you know being an admin or a mod for a Facebook group is so stupid, and I don't even know why the hell I started doing it. Probably because when I moved back up here in 2015, my friends were like, well, my friends from here were like all married or had kids or whatever. Holy shit, 41 minutes already? Alright, so I'm just gonna hurry this up and get to the food processor now. So I'm just gonna throw some mussels in there. I'm gonna keep the ice on it because you do need water in like a blending food processing situation. Make sure there's no shells. Okay. Just gonna put some water in here. Sometimes it's hard to tell how much water. Depends on what you're blending. But these have ice in it. So okay, so that's all the like oh I didn't put at least very much. I'm just gonna steal some of these chunks of whiting, cut them up some more. Okay. All right. And now I can take off my gloves because pretty much done with the wet shit. Well, I'll do that later. You guys don't have to see it. Empty one of these packets of the pink salmon in there. Probably just one. They were on sale, 2 for $3. Add some spirulina. Guess it comes out green, you know, when it's the cubes or whatnot. Can you even see this thing? Not really, huh? The electrical in my kitchen ceiling is weird, like the regular lights aren't working right now. So I'm just putting some rub worms in here. Ugh, hamster shaving shit. So annoying. Oh. Anyway, I also want to either do a video or go live back at that tank at that company, like I said before. Install the new background and filters. So, sweet. One more. Alright. I can get a few shavings in there. Who gives a shit? Oh, these ones are dirt. Ugh. Some dirt's okay, I don't care. I'm just like wiping it off and I'm getting all gross. I save like half of these too because I feed my juvie to mid-size sunfish. I'll just snap them in half with my finger. Honestly, I don't feel like doing this with the dirt. Oh, see? Okay. I'm scared. So I gotta lock this down. If you didn't hear me before, I've never used this thing before, so. Okay. Gotta make sure that is locked in. And we had to try it out at the store or plug it in to make sure it worked or whatever. And this thing, fucking holy shit. So this is like a pulse set. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Wow, it's doing it really evenly. Okay. So it looks pretty even. Let me see here. So let's, let me see. Looks like green lumpiness. So you don't want to do it for too long, and if it's too watery, then just add more fish. So yeah. I wonder if lay it on. Damn. So here's what it looks like. And hold on. Just gotta do something real quick. Can't believe I forgot these. I'm just washing something real quick. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh wow. Okay, well, now I'm soaking wet. So these are cute little fish ice cube shapes. Okay. So basically what I do is feel like I'm on a cooking show. I'm gonna pull one that's all done out of the oven after I prep the one I'm gonna. All right. Oops, I left it over there. And I guess I need a spoon of some kind. Just like put it on there and spread it over the top. Kind of just pack it in the little fish. Oh my god, I do have some that are done, don't I? Frozen together. Yeah. And like the juvie sunfish, drop one of these and you just freaking go crazy. Love it. Hungry again. Yeah. Like right, my face is like right in this shit. So, uh-oh. How am I gonna keep up? Hit the button up. What do you mean? Oh. Hit the button up? What button? On what device? Let's see. What else? Party foul. I freaking broke my new yellow Minnesota Legit chili today. And I busted my other cell phone. I'm actually streaming from my burner phone. It's funny. But I mean, what do you do? I drop my phone constantly. I did get a little loop thing for it, not one of those like dumb ring things, but it's like a wrist lanyard, but connected, I guess. And then if I do have, too much, I do have like a gumdrop shaped cube tray. And then if there's anything left after that, I'll just press it flat in a baggie, freeze it like that. So you will get like, a big chunk of something here and there. But, a lot of the times that's appreciated too. My guys, at least. I do have a bass that's getting larger, a large mouth, and he's devouring bigger things than the others, and he's one of the smaller fish. So, yeah, fun times. Anything else exciting? Anyone want to talk any more shit? Ugh. I'm gonna get offline with you guys soon here and eat something and smoke and watch scary movies. Oh my god. Okay. I'll just finish this later so you guys don't have to watch me in silence. So, thanks guys for coming to hang out. This has been Ruby with Unorthodox Aquatics. Next video or stream pending right now. I want to do that one with the sand, where you don't have to rinse, any sand. You really don't. Um, it might be a little tough, I guess, if you're doing like a fully planted tank, but if you're doing a fully planted tank and you know what you're doing, you'll know that like sand by itself has no real nutrients. So, because if you were to, fill the tank this way, the sediment would still be there. It just wouldn't be like worked up in the water. But if you're constantly like digging around, planting and shit like that, it would disturb it. And it would eventually settle. But I mean, like black diamond blasting sand, shit like that. You don't have to rinse sand. All right. So I'm going to conclude here, and I will see you guys next time. Maybe I'll do a video on installing the background on the tank at that business. So thanks you guys for tuning in. This is Ruby with Unorthodox Aquatics, live, talking shit, cutting fish, 420. Thanks for coming by.